beloved video game console. And my dad's initials are SS, because he's a fucking Nazi. I'm 27, I'm starting to get older. I've been making some more adult purchases. Like the other day, I bought a kitchen scale, and it wasn't for drugs. Just been getting into baking. Who knew I'd still be eyeballing grams of powder? Except now it's just like turmeric, so it's fine. I love to bake, but I hate buying baking equipment. Like to me, a stand mixer on medium-high just means I smoke weed before I stand there and mix it with a fork. Part of getting older, at least for me, is I've been trying to improve my relationship with my parents. Because I'm worried I'm getting to the age where our dynamic stops being considered teenage angst and starts being considered elder abuse. It's one of the things I've been working on in therapy. I think it's lame you have to try in therapy for it to work. Like imagine you broke your leg and the doctor just bullshitted with you for an hour and emailed you a worksheet titled Tools for Noticing Your Bones. My therapist is fine. The other day he apologized to me for something he did, like he was trying to work on himself. And I was like, I don't like when they break the fourth wall. Save that for your therapist. But I have learned some stuff. I learned about attachment styles, which is cool, because now if somebody asks if I'm codependent, I can say, nah, I'm anxious attachment styling. Also, I found out I'm what you would call emotionally stunted. But I feel like that's a selling point, you know? Like, go check out this dude doing stunts. Like I'm the evil Knievel of trauma. One thing I use in therapy a lot is this technique from acceptance and commitment therapy, where you take a negative recurring thought and you repeat it to yourself in a silly voice, like from a TV show or a movie. And the goal is to diffuse yourself from the thought, but now I just end up sitting in my living room like, likes you, no one does. Kill yourself, you should. Can't even do a good Yoda voice. It makes me more depressed. I use this app that tracks your mood. Every day it asks how you are, from awful to good to great. And I end up putting good almost every day. But one day I decided to put great, and the app goes, look at you. And I deleted it, because I don't need that condescension in my life. I got sober and somehow got worse at driving. I'm not sure how that works. Turns out if I can't drink, I want to drive into oncoming traffic. Sometimes I'll drive directly into potholes just to feel something. It's like I traded one addiction for another. But I get bad road rage. I have this thing where I always tailgate pickup trucks. I don't respect them, it's just the way it is. I just assume they're bad people. And I know you guys are mad at me because most of Michigan drives pickup trucks, but I think we can all agree, most of Michigan are bad people. Speaking of, you ever have somebody die that owes you money? It's like sure, it was 26, it was tragic, but he owed me $500. Is this how banks feel? I think the only time I've ever experienced poetic justice is when I had to give my homophobic friend CPR. are going in this mouth. Actually, I went to the doctor today, and on my summary sheet under problems addressed, it said high-risk bisexual behavior. And I was like, I don't know. That makes me seem a lot cooler than I am. I was reading through it like major depressive disorder, polysubstance use disorder, high-risk bisexual behavior. That's not a doctor's visit. That's an episode of Euphoria. You guys ever thought something's funny and then only straight white dudes laugh? It's like, maybe not. Men say dumb stuff like the mystery of the female orgasm. Have you ever seen a man after sex? Talk about somebody acting like a murder suspect. I don't know what happened. Am I free to go? When guys start shooting ropes, that shit turns to an Agatha Christie novel real fast. Call him Ben Affleck, because he is gone, girl. Growing up in American culture, I feel like I was so alienated from my body that I almost had to start taking dick as like a grounding technique. Name 5 things I can see, 3 things I can taste, and 1 thing I can fit inside me. But I feel like it goes beyond sexuality. Like growing up, I got mixed messages to be both obsessed with and afraid of my body. If you don't know what I mean, you don't think it's weird that men will build cock-shaped rockets to probe the final frontier, but it's taboo to explore your own asshole? You're telling me my grandpa lived 90 years and never once poked his own prostate? And had the audacity to call himself a scientist? Make it make sense. I'm just sick of men missing opportunities to make things better for everyone because of stubbornness and ego. I don't know, guys, the more I talk about it, the more not fingering your asshole sounds like toxic masculinity. My roommate is a butch lesbian and I'm a bisexual male, so we're both desperately running away from stereotypes. Like she wants the apartment to look like a bachelor pad, and I want the apartment to look like an indie film. She suggested getting a neon sign that says live nude girls. Because she doesn't understand that sign in her apartment is cool and subversive. That sign in my apartment might as well say run. I was talking to my roommate about Hanukkah, as we do. She was trying to say it's the second day of Hanukkah. And I'm like, listen, ain't no days in Hanukkah. They're nuts. They use the lunar calendar, you dumb motherfucker. Me and my roommate. Fuck her. She's the type of person that hates music but loves musicals. That's a red flag. I'm gonna get out of here on this one. I was feeling pretty bad about myself today, so I went to Walmart because I felt like I didn't deserve to go to Meijer. Really, I should have gone to Aldi. I've been so broke lately, I started to panhandle there because I know you motherfuckers have quarters. All right, thank you guys.
Going through a bit of a rough patch for a bit. Yeah, I started taking better care of myself though. I switched to sugar-free Red Bull, so there's that. Yeah, still smoking crack though. No, but I was going through a bit of a rough patch. I hadn't felt the touch of a beautiful woman in a long time, Or like an okay-looking woman. Or just any woman. I was going through a dry spell. So it got so bad I was just experiencing like those near sexual pleasures in life. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you hit all the green lights on your drive home. Oh my. That is better than any hand job I've ever done. Or employ your underwear fresh from the dryer. Oh. That'll tickle your taint right there. Or when you go to close your car door and the seatbelt gets stuck. No, I'm the only one that likes it rough? Okay. Try choking or something, I don't know. That was for a while. It sucked because I had used dating apps. Anybody that's ever used a dating app knows they're terrible. And quite frankly, kind of rude. Like, one of them asked what my body type was, or something. So I scrolled all the options and settled on Midwestern and called it good. So, your boy likes cheese, I don't know what to tell you. I did match with a lovely young woman on there, though. Didn't read her bio beforehand. The bio is very important because you can learn all the context clues you need if you read that properly. But if you don't, you're just kind of going in blind. So I went in blind until she messaged me, and then I read her bio. The first line of her bio, Jesus is my boyfriend. Yikes. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? Does she want me to cut the Messiah? Does she want a menage with Yahweh? Is that what she's asking? Or does she just need that pussy crucified? I don't know. I had to get out of there when she called me Pontius Pilate. I was like, nailed it. For those of you that went to church today, those are all accurate biblical statements. So, even the heathens learned something. Look at that. I did start dating someone recently. Good for me, right? Woo! I fuck! The rest of you not cheering, you're not fucking apparently, so it's okay. It's a shame because I think I've only got like 5 to 6 years of fucking left. Not like consecutively, like over the course of whenever I'm still alive. Probably just about 5, 6 years left. I'm like a goddamn golden retriever. I've got like hip dysplasia at this point. It's just like, they'll put me down eventually. But it's nice. I'm dating a bisexual woman, which is very cool. It's also incredibly guilt-free because we're both thinking about different women to come, so that's nice. Sex. Choking is the new foreplay. If you're not doing it, you're not having sex. Sorry. By this crowd, like I said, not fucking. Try it out tonight, you know. With consent, don't just go in there like an episode of Law and Order SW. Like, that's how accidents happen. Talk about it, and then, I had a birthday recently. Thank you. Had a lady I know walk up to me with a big smile. She said, "Happy birthday, John. You don't look a day over 40. The thing is, I turned 35. I was, growing up, I was raised in a house full of women. You know, mother, aunt, sisters. There was so much estrogen in the air, they actually excused I still use certain tits today, guys. Don't get me wrong, being raised by women as an adult, shit's great. You know, it just means I like potpourri and don't fucking touch my decorative towels. As a child, it can be confusing. You know, mom decided to get me to talk at age 5, but that was the only time she did it. So for a number of years, like, I just dreamed of seeing a girl's penis. The upside of that story, it's 2022. I sure do dreams can come true, y'all. I don't know, my whole family's weird. My brother recently told me he was anti-Semite. I had to ask him, I said, what did Jewish people ever do to you? He said I wasn't listening. He just hates tractor trailers. I'll wait if I have to, guys. I'll wait. I don't know, my sister, she's an anti-vaxxer. I had a conversation with her recently. So look, autism isn't caused by vaccinations, but even if it is, are you telling me you prefer to have a dead child instead of one who's just really good at blackjack? I don't know. I recently went to visit that sister. She lives out in Texas, go figure. She's married to a native Texan. Weird thing about native Texans, like once they find out you're not from there, they treat you like you're from a third world country. Like, bro, I said I was from Pittsburgh, you know, not Detroit. I don't know, I was down there though, I figured I'd try to
local cuisine. That's do when you travel, right? Like, you go to New York, you get pizza, you go to Philly, you get a cheesesteak, you go to Cleveland, you get disappointed. I asked them, though, found out another weird thing about native Texans. They like to brag about shit everybody already has. Because I said, what do I try down here? He said, down in Texas, you gotta try steak. I said, bro, we got steak up in PA. He goes, yeah, but we got cows down here, like it's an exclusive animal. I said, bro, we got plenty of cows up in PA, just go on Tinder. I was telling him about the joke, and I said, tell me something else only in Texas. And I think he panicked because he said, down here in Texas, we can smell the rains. I said, man, we can do that everywhere. Like apparently down in Texas, they can smell the rains, but they can't, like, smell their own bullshit. I don't know. And guys, I joke. There are a lot of freedom down there. Until you start talking about marijuana. Yeah, they pull out the Bible and we start quoting scripture, calling me all types of sinner and heathen. Some guy called me a homosexual. I don't get it. He must have overheard me looking for my grinder. He had a lot of tattoos. It's okay to look, and it's okay to ask about them. I'm just sick of the dumb questions, the dumb interactions. I had a real rough conversation with a lady the other day, and I should have known from the way it started out it was going to be bad. Because the first thing she did was tell me how she wouldn't get them. Like, those are nice, but I would never get them on my body. It's like, that's fine, Susan. I wouldn't be an unfit mother, but you don't see me bringing that shit up to you. Some of you are Team Susan right now. You don't even know her. I'm here, though. First thing she said was, did they hurt? I said, like, you're getting stabbed by a needle thousands of times. Did it hurt? Honestly, no more than talking to her. And she asked me, she said, what does your mother think of your tattoos? It's two things. First off, my mother has a tattoo of a Ninja Turtle on the leg of my name. Okay. Second off, I don't remember asking that old hoe any questions. Guys, I'm sorry. You sound like a teen mom here. I've been working on trying to write clean material. I have. I'm just struggling. It comes down to it doesn't have a dick in it. I just don't find it funny, but that explains why growing up, I always thought mom was hilarious. And she asked me, she said, how much do they cost? Which I hate that question. Because it's all different. Some are by the piece, some are by the hour. Guys, you could probably already tell that I've been to prison, but I paid 2 bags of coffee from the left hand. They don't pull back on me now. Prisoners, my mother used to tell people I was off in college. I guess I was getting my degree in criminology. I don't know. The worst is like when people randomly show you their tattoos. Like, those are cool, that's fine, but you don't have to. It does nothing for me. Every time a guy showed me his and he didn't have to, because it was of My Little Pony, but I already knew not to let him around my kids. Okay. It's a pedophile joke. If we're pro-pedophile here, I need to know that before the set. I wish I told me I didn't know. I don't know. I've been single for a while. Like, to the point where I started having like weird arousals, like things that didn't have anything to do with sex. I started thinking about last year's gas prices, and I started fucking moaning. The other day I went to McDonald's, and there was no line in the drive-thru. I got so excited I just ended up leaving with a McChubby. I am not proud of that joke. I'm not proud of that at all. I don't know how to go out there. I didn't know how to get back out there. Decided to try some online dating. Try plenty of fish. Put my hook out there. One thing I caught was chlamydia. I don't know, the worst dating app I ever used was probably bathroom graffiti. It wasn't a good time. False advertising. Honestly, I love bathroom graffiti. I find it fascinating. I just get confused by something. Like the racist graffiti, like how constipated you gotta be to be like, the fucking Jews. It's like, bro, how many matzo balls did you eat? Like, and like the sexual, phone number for a good time and all. I don't understand why we always assume it's sexual. Like, guys, I'm having a good time right now. I can show you I'm blasted as fuck at the moment. I'm glad I got laughs at that. Sometimes I tell that joke and they're just like, nope, we want hard dicks on stage. Someone's like, fuck yeah, hard dicks. I can't see you, but thank you. Hey, it's not right now. I tell people I'm a stand-up comic because it sounds so much cooler than saying I drive for Uber Eats. I don't mind it. I like driving around, but just I had a weird interaction the other day. I was dropping off some food at Home Depot. I had to go in and take it to labor. As soon as I walked in, a random customer's eyes lit up, and she looked at me and she said, "How are you doing?" And look, I didn't know this lady from Adam, but like I got the conversational reflexes of a fucking cat. So I was like, "Great to see you again." You know, how do you talk to strangers? Okay, everybody's great with interactions with strangers. That's cool enough. I just meet a lot of people doing this shit. I travel around a lot. That's how I was saying, it's nice to meet you for the 5th time. That's not a good way to build relationships. Like, John, how do you make friends? I make them feel forgettable. But anyways, this lady just starts walking with me, chatting it up as I'm going. She asked me about my mother. I told her. She asked me about my sister, so I told her. And she starts telling me about her son, Bobby, and how he's really been into like sport coats and eating soup. I didn't understand that's how you come out nowadays. I didn't get that one. And she tells me about her daughter, Kelly, and she's recovering from her accident. You know, apparently Kelly got drunk and accidentally snorted a bunch of cocaine and accidentally stole a cop car. I mean, come on, Thursdays, right? But finally I look down at this lady and I'm like, "Hey, do we know each other?" And she looks up at me and just stranger danger washes over her face. And she just goes, "You're not Steve." And I said, "What?" Because, depending on who's asking, I'm like, it's all I'm saying. I've lived a lot of life here. And she goes, "You look exactly like Steve." And just scurried the fuck away. I started chuckling. But, like, after all that, I kind of want to meet Steve. Like, from what I understand, he's fucking beautiful. I heard a deep chuckle over there. Thank you. Thank you off in the distance. I don't understand coffee fully, like not all parts of it. Like decaf doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like why would you buy something that's already broken? Okay, it gets better. Just hold it. Decaf is about as effective as the DARE program was in school. Those two people do drugs. We get it, y'all. Decaf reminds me of a guy with no fingers. Pointless. Okay. I was telling a joke up in Chicago, actually, last week, and I pointed at the lady. She lifted up her hand, all she had was a thumb. I swear to God. I didn't know how to respond. Spoke with her after the show. She has an amazing personality, which is great, because she was a real shitty hand job. Where did you guys think that was going? I don't know, but why are the advertisements just coffee? We're going back to coffee so aggressive. Like the best part, waking up is function. You got wife, you got kids, you got a house, you can fucking vote. Those 20 days, a shitty cup of coffee. I'm not buying anything. Some years ago, coffee tried to get rebranded. Starbucks wanted you to think that coffee was a calm, pleasurable experience. But honestly, Starbucks just reminds me of RuPaul. Like, yeah, they're both beautiful, but underneath they're still fucking strong and black. She's like, I won't laugh, but I will shake my head. That's a good comparison. That's what drugs does here. I don't know, things are going to get intense to be the one that we're inside here. Okay, we got some laughing for gay jokes today. I can't believe, we're just going to go into this then since I'm starting to lose it. I can't believe there's still people against gay marriage at this point. And if we're being honest, I got real quiet in here. We're like, oh, we're not doing this. But we are. I don't know, if we're being honest, they're not as much against the marriage as they are the gay, like just contagious. Like, what happened to Steve? He went to brunch one morning, woke up singing show tunes. I don't know. Look, I don't know what gay people do. I got an idea. Don't get me wrong, I just never had the confirmation. But when these people that are against it think, okay, what do they think? Let's not kind of think, right? I think they should be for it because any married man will tell you, once you say I do that shit dries the fuck up. Any married people in here?
Yeah.
All right, you sucking dick all the time or just once a year? Thank you much. What do you think? Once a year, for your birthday? Guys, come on. You can suck a dick once a year, that doesn't make you accidentally suck a dick a year. Okay. Who amongst us hasn't walked outside and slipped out, sucked a dick on the way down? Just me, really. How else would you explain me getting stage time tonight? Sometimes the host I say that about does not like that. They just start screaming. I was in New Jersey about 3 days ago, and some of the hosts were like, I don't fucking do that. It's like, no, it's a joke. I didn't do any of the shit I said. I don't know. Any of you guys been to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, you know about the homeless problem down there?
40 years ago.
40 years ago. You have no fucking clue what I'm about to talk about. Thanks for the help, my man. Appreciate you. No, it's bad homeless problem down there, you know? It's just like a bad video game. This guy wants change. This guy wants a cigarette. You get to the boss, he wants change and a cigarette. You know, all right, hold on, there's more. Fucking be easy. Don't judge me that hard. You know, they didn't tell me there was a bonus around that. Because after all that, guy just walks up to me and goes, I want a sandwich. Well, shit, me too. Apparently, I just look like the type of guy who carries around extra sandwiches. Like he's gonna be like, ham and cheese, I got you, boss. We're into our fucking economy. I cannot afford to be giving away my traveling sandwiches. I know I got friends that asked me, they said, John, how can you tell that your nose so easily? That's my secret, Cap. I'm always fucking broken. Okay, a little warm. We'll go with some more nerd shit. I recently found out I'm the asshole I thought I was. You know, just got some adult ADHD. Like I can't focus in the conversations, my mind races. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot of small talk. I'd much rather discuss the weather with you than let you know I got winded time in shoes, but here we are. Especially when I lay down like I can't focus. Somebody once tried to tell me, try count the sheep jumping over a fence. It doesn't work. Like it starts out well, like 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, the 4th does a cartwheel, 5th does a backflip, sheep 7, 8, 9 are drunk arguing, sheep 6 fuck sheep 10 said fucking made a goat bust to the fence. I don't know, a group of sheep started fucking playing baseball, another group of sheep started a Civil War reenactment. Don't worry, man, there was a group of sheep protesting. There was Dog Sheep and Marty Sheep, and beside them was Rick Sheep and Morty Sheep. They just brought rip off. I'm glad somebody fucking got that. I've been telling that joke for 3 years. First time I got a laugh for that shit. Let's see if we can keep it going, because off in the distance was Old Man Big Sheep. I guess he just skipped the second movie. Alright, we got fucking back. Alright. And I look up and I drag my ass out of bed and into work, because it's nonsense. They won't pay me unless I show up. Yeah, I agree, man. It's bullshit. I tried to talk to HR about it. They said, come we close. Alright, fucking fascists. I know this is pro-pedophile, pro-fascist crowd. Alright. I'll leave you guys with one more tonight, a quick one, if that's alright with you. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate y'all. It's really a question more than it's a joke. Like, anybody else like looking in the mirror when you masturbate?
No.
Hey, 40 years, hold the fuck up. Let's try this one more time. Anybody else like looking in the mirror when you masturbate? It just gets me off seeing someone cry.